All right, what's next, Mr. Musk?
I always thought the left, Democrats were supposed to be the party of empathy, the party of caring, and yet they're burning down cars, they're firebombing dealerships, they're firing bullets into dealerships, they're just, smashing up Teslas.
Let's stop there. Let's just stop there before you go on anymore, okay? Let's just go back a little bit. What was it that he said exactly? I like to get the exact wordage.
Democrats were supposed to be the party of empathy, the party of caring.
Okay, the party of empathy, the party of caring. Gotcha. So in his mind, the party of empathy, the party of caring. Empathy and caring means that you are not violent, I suppose. Somebody who cares and has empathy wouldn't do something like this. Number one, I just want to start with the fact that he's jumped straight to it assuming that it's the Democrats, okay? Now, I suppose if you're looking at things in sort of a very superficial blanket way, then yeah, I guess maybe most people would jump to the conclusions that this is someone from the opposition party who, doesn't like Mr. Musk. The thing is, given the current state of things, it really, for those of us who obviously are a bit more critical thinking, it could have actually been anyone across party lines, given what is going on and stuff. That may have been a person who voted for Trump, did not realise what was going to happen with Musk happened. They got fired from their job at the VA or the FEMA or, I don't know, insert government department here. Yeah, Department of Education, the whole freaking lot, because it's being gutted. They've lost their job. And perhaps, as a lot of Trump voters do, they tend to project it a little bit more towards anybody other than Trump because he is the cult leader, right? And Musk is a really good projection kind of thing. I do think that's why Trump, one of the benefits that Trump gets out of having Musk around is being able to say, well, I'm not doing it, it's him over here. You're going after this guy over here, right? And because, and because obviously they don't want to speak negatively of dear leader, then, they'll just put it on him instead. So this could have easily just been a person who was a Trump supporter, right? I can see why you, person in your position, Elon Musk, would jump straight to it being a Democrat, right? But point number two I wanted to say as well is this whole empathy and caring. You mistake empathy and caring for lack of a spine. Like, do you think they're also pacifists as well? Sort of secondary to that point, I love how what he's done in this sentence here is say, I think this is Democrats, or a Democrat in some way or another, somebody who does not support Donald Trump. So he's jumped and laid that out. I think this is a Democrat. And then gone on to say that I think that I thought the Democratic Party was one of empathy and caring. If that's the case, and you've laid out that the Democratic Party is clearly the opposition, because this is what they're doing, what's the party of Republicans then, right? If it's the opposition, and this is a man who sees things a little bit too black and white. If it's the opposition party, is the Republican Party the opposite of empathy and caring? That's what I want to know, Mr. Musk. Because these things happen all the time, Mr. Musk. Do you not think when other things happen like this, do you think that it's not Democrats too also? Do you think that only Republicans do things like this? Because it happens, and if you're saying that I thought they were the party of empathy and caring and they don't do things like this, then who was doing it when it was happening before? Just saying.
I think we just have a deranged... there's some kind of mental illness thing going on here, because this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, mate. We've been saying that about you for a while. It's nice to hear you admit it. Oh, sorry. You were talking about the people who lit this. Sorry. I have to remember, projection, it's all projection. Sorry, I just thought he'd maybe come to like a clarifying moment there. He's sort of going down the same route as this whole like Trump derangement syndrome, where it's, and I think for Trump, obviously, it's a little bit more public/political and stuff or whatever. Whereas for Elon Musk, I do not think 100% he genuinely believes that everyone likes him. I don't think he's that deluded. However, it's interesting to see him sort of trying to go down the same route of these people must be ill for not liking me or for going to the lengths that they are going to. I mean, where have you been for the last 50 whatever years of your life? People hate things all of the time and rip stuff up and light it on fire. And like I said, like in England, when our guys lose, a match, they will overturn a car and light it on fire. I think it was one time in the 90s, Germany won on penalties, I think it was. And some guy went out into the street. He was really angry and he was looking for, you know, anything vaguely German to be mad at. And he found a guy who had a sausage van, just pushed the entire sausage van over on its side for no reason. Nobody was hurt, like he wasn't attacking the guy or anything. He just wanted something vaguely German to be mad at. So I'm just saying, like, it's... we wouldn't class that man as having a mental illness for not liking Germany because they beat England in penalties. He might have a mental thingy somewhere else, anger issues, trauma, whatever. Everybody's got something going on, haven't they? But it's not a mental illness to not like something, yeah? Even if it's irrational, like an irrational fear or something, that's just called a phobia. Like, it still is some, even if it's irrational, it's legitimate for that individual person for whatever reasons. Because this is what he's talking about here. He's not talking about the fact that they've done it, making them mentally ill. Because that's happened a million times all over the world and stuff's happening. That is somebody expressing, whether we agree with it or not, themselves through their actions. What he is specifically talking about, just like Trump derangement syndrome, is that not liking him is the mental illness. There is something wrong, something fundamentally wrong with people not liking me because I am such a good person. And that's the part that I'm confused over. That's the only thing that I'm confused over here. Does he actually think that? It's so easy for me to be able to look at him and go, no, he knows what he's doing is stupid. Like, he knows what he's doing is going to make people angry at him. Maybe it's because it's specifically Tesla. Like, he doesn't understand why are they going after Tesla. Because Tesla is, you know, electric vehicles and cleaner energy, and we've put in all of these charging points. We've been doing all this good stuff, and, you know, but also taking deposits for Tesla Roadsters that haven't been coming. And have you given back the deposits, Elon Musk? No, you haven't. So it's not all good stuff, is it? But I can sort of put myself in his shoes in that sense and say, okay, I can kind of see that he thinks that Tesla specifically has done good stuff, is trying to at least do good stuff, wants good stuff for the world, like Tony Stark, Iron Man. So why are they hating specifically on Tesla? But then the other 50% of me is like, no, maybe he just doesn't know. Maybe he genuinely thinks that he's a good person. Does he though? No, he probably does, yeah. It's hard to say because, like I said, like in these instances, I sort of just see the vulnerable child within, you know, and with a child it would be a lot easier to frame it. And with a child, you know, unless you give them the direct information to, like, when you have like sort of a bully on the playground and they don't maybe know that they're a bully, do you know what I mean? They're boisterous and bossy and they don't understand why won't they just be friends with it until they're introduced to the extra information or the idea, hey, people don't like it when A, B, and C, or let me show you how this impacts and affects someone so that the child can develop empathy. They can learn how to operate with that emotional muscle. And here we have a child who didn't learn. That's why he looks at the other party. The opposition is one of empathy and caring because it's the opposite of the way that I feel.